social media ain't no joke. Like, everybody on social media, but everybody don't know how to use social media. So let's talk about it because there's a difference.
Thank you so much to everyone who has joined, liked, shared, commented, subscribed to our YouTube. We are doing our best to continuously bring you great content.
Yes.
Of course, we're here again with our lovely daughters, Asia and AliyahMuse. So I've always kind of been on social media since like MySpace and all that.
MySpace.
Yeah.
I can't lie, I had a MySpace too. That's what funny.
How did that even work?
When you pick your favorites and
yeah, and then you had like a whole page.
Orchestrate your page.
And then you could put a song on your page, like so how your mood was.
And it was important.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, but the question
But
was,
how? What do you mean how? It's on the internet.
Yeah.
But like how okay. Interesting.
MySpace is the OG.
So having kids on social media, no one kind of warned us. There was no guidebook to say what you should or shouldn't do or what you should or shouldn't allow your kids. I'm talking 20,000, 2001, 2004 when they were born. It was just like a free-for-all. I think Instagram was just starting to come, or at least about to come into play.
Yeah.
And I was, sharing you guys' picture occasionally, but it just wasn't what it is today.
Right.
Yes.
Right. It wasn't.
Right. So y'all started growing up. Janika started like teaching her how to dance and model, and teaching Asia how to dance and model, and we began to put more content out there.
Yes, that's when we started having a presence as, I guess, the Muse family on social media.
I would say that was about 2012, 2013-ish. We started taking social media seriously and started creating brands for everybody individually.
And I don't even think it was like super serious. I just think that was like
when we first started being like, oh shit, this is a dope moment, record this.
Yeah, it was like that. I think that's what social media was back then. I don't think anybody could have taken it seriously. I think the whole thing was you had to have a brand, but that was everybody. And I don't even think there was a such thing as like engagement or analytics or an algorithm.
That stuff didn't matter then.
To like piggyback off of how y'all had MySpace and Facebook, by the time me and Aliyah got on the internet, I don't think it was, those were old people. Or dead and gone. Yeah. We had like Snapchat. No, Instagram first. Yeah. Tumblr.
YouTube
Snapchat.
Was big.
YouTube was huge.
Yeah. That was my stuff.
Yeah.
I was a
and we had our own YouTube.
I know, Her Wife and Kids.
Her Wife and Kids, which we just left and started over a whole new channel.
We didn't know how to structure that. We didn't know.
Well, I ain't gonna say we didn't know. I feel like we were shadow banned. We did a lot of, well, I guess that's what you meant. We did a lot of like
raunchy
trying to find our way, pretty much.
We did a series called Pillow Talk where me and Janika laid in the bed and we just
forgot about that.
Pillow talked.
Yeah.
And we got a lot of flags. So
yeah. No flag days over.
Tried to warn them. I use social media only pretty much TikTok and Instagram professionally. I also use Pinterest, Twitter, and all that, but I use TikTok for hair makeup videos, and then on Instagram, I don't know why or how it blew up, but it's just pictures of me on there.
That's because you're my IG daddy.
But yeah, that's how I use social media.
Yeah, so social media, I guess I'm trying to be more into it. So a lot of the time I use TikTok, I use Instagram, like just to watch, just to see, fashion, see what's going on in celebrity culture, all of that. I need to get better, and I'm working on it. I use social media as a brand for myself, look at it more so from a business aspect or as an influencer, And so I'm definitely working on that. But, I dibble and dabble, and I think I'm getting better.
You are getting better.
I think that I use social media it's like two different things. I either use it like for personal enjoyment, or I think me and Muse can relate. I think we look at it as like work.
Yeah, because you do a lot of the behind the scenes planning.
do a lot of behind the scenes. So a lot of times, even when I see like a funny thing in the back of my mind, it's not necessarily always fun. It's like, let me try to figure out how I can make this da-da-da. And so social media for me is a little different because I'm in the background. I don't find it as enjoying to like put myself out there. Even though I try to still, I try to take it not as seriously. That's something I'm working on.
Yeah. You do good. Like you said, great. She behind the TikTok.
Yes.
That's why y'all see
all y'all content that y'all love is because of Asia.
Literally.
Asia does it literally so well.
Yeah.
For me, like Asia was saying, I can honestly say I don't really think I have lately had the luxury of being able to just solely enjoy it, like Asia said. I personally do spend sometimes watching it just for enjoyment, but mainly it's to sell my art. It is a job. It is my business, and it has been since 2012. I have gratefully garnered 6-figure income years because of social media and the support that you all give to us on not only just our art, but also our content.
So as of now, currently, we, and Asia's a part of this too, because she be filming the videos and coming up with all the damn ideas.
Yeah.
The Muses,
hilarious.
yes, the Muses, they're...
I get shot down sometimes because I'm a little out there, and then I'm also not. It's
I mean,
very
you don't
funny.
come up with all the ideas.
I
No,
know that.
I would say majority
She's
of
a
the
backbone.
time,
She's
even
the
your
bone
she's
structure.
definitely
She's
telling
the
you now.
glue.
If me and Asia are literally
Yes.
on a random Wednesday texting each other like ideas for
Like
content.
do this.
Next, we're doing
and
this.
then,
Y'all-
and then
y'all
if she
are
gets
good.
an idea or I get an idea, then we kind of like tweak it. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
as an Aquarius, it's important for me to be as original as possible. And we'll talk about originality later.
Yeah.
Yes, no,
But
y'all
yeah,
are good for
so
that.
we do the Muses now. This is my parents' channel that they started about 1 or 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years.
Just
TikTok
themselves.
specifically.
TikTok specifically. And then now it's branched out into like a more family niche.
Yeah.
The Muses
Yeah.
TikTok page, I guess.
Shout out
Yeah.
to TikTok. We almost
Okay.
at 900K. We're
Yes.
trying to get 1 million before the summer. So
Yes,
follow us
and-
on TikTok.
Yeah.
Yes, make sure y'all do that. And thank y'all for following us on YouTube. I mean, we're, like she said, we're doing better and
I
putting
know.
content on here.
I'm trying to get them on Twitter. Please, in the comments,
Oh my
tell them
God.
get on Twitter.
It is a lot to
One
manage
more
all these
app.
apps.
I can't.
We're
I
the
can't.
ones that got them.
We put them on TikTok.
We put them on
Yes,
TikTok.
and I've
Yes.
been very vocal about it, but it's just like when you're also in a creative space as an artist, it could get so overwhelming, and you can get to a state where you're just burned out. And definitely social media plays a major part on mental health, and for me specifically, personally, I have to find a definite boundary and like strategic plan in order for me to stay as mentally healthy as possible.
That's so true. With social media, like if you don't find a balance, it can really drain you. Like all the negative comments, all the judging, everybody having something to say about what you're posting, and then being subconscious about what you post. All of that matters. And mentally, you have to be strong. You have to be protected. You have to make sure that you are not impacted by what people say about your social media. Do it because you love it, because you want to help somebody, or because you just want to express yourself. But you have to find a balance.
It's true, because you don't want to go viral and not have that thick skin to prepare you for what comes with virality.
Yeah, I think seeing all the times that y'all have gone viral, no matter how good the video is, no matter how many good comments there are, how many likes, how many shares, there's always like a good amount of bad comments just for people to just be trolls, whatever. And I don't know, personally seeing that and seeing you guys deal with that from like 2012 till now, it's been like, it pushes me away, honestly. Because like Janika said, I don't know if I got all that tough skin. I'm a water sign.
I think another thing that comes with that, especially when you start off with social media and you've been doing it for a while, it kind of messes with your subconscious.
for sure.
Because when you deal with those negative comments, you then have to compare yourself to other people on social media, say, how am I going to be bigger and better? And
Never
when
do
you
that,
get that,
guys.
when you get that viral video, let's say the next video doesn't get that same number. Now I'm not good enough. Now my content isn't legit. Now my whole career, what am I doing with my life?
Yep.
It's a lot of mental stuff that social media was made to do.
Yep.
But it's like, at the end of the day, how do you deal with that? Breaks.
That is
Yeah,
so
I
true.
was just about to say that. I which is another reason why we haven't been really filming as much TikToks. We have definitely been in burnout mode for like, I would say a little over a year, where we've just been taking on content and projects that feel good to us mentally. Like Aliyah was saying, it can weigh so heavy on you mentally that it does sometimes affect what you post, how you post, and it can even trickle down as far as to what you create, how you create. And that, as an artist, is hell. You don't ever want to go there.
Yeah.
Your self-expression can
Absolutely.
change.
Your whole
It's so
identity
bad.
can change based off of what you feel the algorithm may have favored before. So you're like, oh, well, that worked, so maybe it was because I looked like this. When in reality, these algorithms are not set up for people that look like us.
Let's just talk about it. Let's be real and honest about that.
I mean, racism has its tentacles in every factor of business, and social media is top 10 business in this world right now. Yeah. So let's not be, naive. TikTok, and personally, that's my favorite app. TikTok, recently just had all these articles published about them heating content. And if you don't know what heating is when they pretty much admitted to boosting certain accounts, certain posts, certain creators who are not. So just like they've always been denying shadow banning, that might not be a word that they acknowledge, but they're definitely favoring certain content and pushing it to your For You page, pushing it to your timeline, whereas our followers can't even see our stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's you're not only battling mental health and trolls, but you're also battling the algorithm and the racist algorithm at that.
Yeah, and another thing I want to touch on when it comes to algorithms, because they're always forever changing, which I feel like some people who have never stepped into content creating don't have to deal with. When you're dealing with apps that are trying to fight to be like one another, and let's say TikTok is at the top of the list, and TikTok is known for it's not like YouTube.
No.
So if you got 100K,
it don't matter.
and you post a video, 100K people are not even half.
Your followers are not seeing that video.
Your followers do not count. Nope. So you have to, every video is a fight towards hitting explore page.
As an Aquarius, for one, don't ever expect anything from us. You're never going to guess correctly. Always expect the unexpected.
Yep. One thing that's really important too for us, by us, majority being Aquarius in this household, is being original, because there are lots of copycats out there.
Please.
Woo! Let's talk about
that. Is something that is absolutely fresh. As somebody that is in charge of helping with the content, seeing content that you actually spend maybe hours setting up, thinking about, editing, and then somebody just flat out just takes it, no credit. I don't even care if you take it credit.
We don't care.
That.
We're muses. We're literally muses. It's okay. It's our job to inspire people. As artists, it's our job to inspire people. As content creators, it's our job. But credit. If you know good and hell well
that you did not come up with that idea originally or your own,
y'all stop stealing people. And not just content. People don't only steal your content ideas. I have so much artwork over these last few years that have been stolen from me. People actually just take screenshots and make their own prints, sell them on Etsy. I've had white women post my black ass paintings, Oshun to be specific, and selling it. I've even had my work stolen by black creators, putting my art on merch to sell. And I think it's fucked up. Do your due diligence. Stop stealing from black artists. Stop stealing from black creators. Stop being haters. And share my shit and credit niggas. It's okay to be inspired.
Literally just put I'm inspired by.
Right. We're already fighting against algorithms and all that other stuff. We don't have to do it with each other.
Yeah. Copying on social media is a tricky thing. It's so tricky
because it can be trendy.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It sucks to see somebody who starts a trend and then that trend gets used by somebody who's so big, and now that thing that person has created is now this whole thing. Yeah, and I hate seeing stuff get literally forcefully pushed out of black creators' hands that they spent so much time on. I'm not even talking about myself, but I'm talking about other people that I've seen. It sucks, and being copied and being original in general also comes with a lot of hate too.
It definitely does. That's why, like I said, you gotta have a thick skin. But I mean, just credit people. Give people their flowers and credit people where you can, and stop stealing people's content. Because when you take our content and you take our concepts and you think you can post it and we don't see it, trust me, we see it. We just
so people see everything.
People send it to us. Our fans, our followers, they send it to us.
People, I said, I'm scouring the net. I see it.
So many of you maybe hear from the podcast that Nick and I had the pleasure of being on recently. Shout out to Shan, Boody. our great friend Amber, and of
Yeah.
course Easy. We talked a lot about queerness and mental health. And I opened up for the first time about my recent diagnosis of being on the ASD spectrum or autism spectrum disorder. Opening up and being honest about, opening up, damn, you can tell I'm getting nervous. I decided to finally share the truth about what I additionally was going through last year. Not just my top surgery or a double mastectomy, but also I was diagnosed with autism and ADHD, and mental health with that in regards to being like neurodivergent is very big when it comes to social media. And a lot of things I was masking through for the last few years to not only just, keep up with the demands that were put on me from social media, but also, of course, to make money. It's the sole singular way that I'm able to provide for me and my family and our household and our business. And so if you guys want a more in-depth detail of like the whole autism thing, comment down below.
It's one thing for you to put yourself out there. It's another for you to have to mask who you are to feel accepted.
Right.
And at the same time, you still want to feel supported. You still want to feel like, people appreciate your art, appreciate the content that you put out. And so it takes a toll on your mental health. And then to be battling that at the same time with your surgery going on. I mean, y'all, it was a lot, but child, we made it through, didn't we?
Yeah, last year
Definitely did. We all, supported Adrian. The girls were there too. We all could, understand, and we just tried to just make sure we were there for her in the best ways that we could be.
Meow.
We are family, like a giant tree, reaching out towards the sky.
We're not L'Oreal.
It's okay.
I think regarding my mother's autism diagnosis, and exploring that journey with her, considering we all make content together, it was difficult, and there were pros and there were also cons. Pros as in, wow, you mastered it, because there are days where it's like, okay, we have to get this done, and then your mom's stressed, you guys don't really see how much goes into everything. So exploring that, educating ourselves on that was a plus.
And I thank y'all so much because so much shit makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was after that diagnosis.
Yes, it did.
And we found new and helpful ways to get through creating.
Yes. Accommodating.
And
accommodations when I started to
and things did get easier.
For sure.
Very much easier for anybody who does struggle with, mental health or any forms of mental illness, and they want to get into creating, whether it's content or not. Find your outlets, do things that help you, even if other people don't like it.
Shout out to every one of you that still supported, that still brought art, even though I hadn't created and didn't have any space to paint or create or make content
or talk about it.
You guys, thank you. You guys were still there. It's so important because I think it's just important now. It took a year for me to finally come public with it. It was a lot to process, but I think I'm so thankful for my family, my wife, my kids, my supporters who still, like I said, watched our shit, shared our shit, bought our shit, and my friends who were there for me. And we just want to be there for you guys. So
yeah, definitely. I think it's important to find your tribe, find your people. Like, if people who support you, who root for you, who really have your best interests at heart, that's what you need. And if you know someone that might be battling mental health, try your best to be there for them, because it's so much going on in this world that we cannot protect ourselves from, that we have no control over, and we have to rally together and we have to support and be there for one another, because too many of us is dying, and we just got to be strong together.
All right, so specifically what would make social media content creating difficult prior to knowing my autism diagnosis was mainly sensory issues. That's the biggest thing for me. Autism is a spectrum, and like I said, we can go into detail on a further video if you comment down below and tell us you want it. It's more so the sensory issues side of the spectrum. So basically anything that affects my senses has always been multiplied, or like I'm overly sensitive to it. So for example, you'll see me with shades a lot. I'm not trying to be cool. I have light sensitivity. It's too much. Driving. Sometimes you'll see Janika driving. Most of the time you'll see Janika driving. It's overstimulation. The lights are too. It's a lot. Like I said, that's a whole other video in itself.
Yeah. So yeah, if you want to hear more, just let us know.
Yeah.
Just want to say thank you guys for supporting this video, for watching, and I hope that it helped.
Yeah, I hope we, can shed some light and inspire some people to, be more open maybe with your loved ones about things you might be battling, and just try to find people that can be there for you, support you, and lend a helping hand. And what I'm saying, like we said, we rally together, be strong together. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I hope that you can relate to some of the different perspectives and see like all that goes into social media, and maybe that can help inspire you too.
Yeah,
Yes.
and if you were thinking about going into content creating and just want to hear some insight from people who are doing different kinds of things across the whole social media realm, I hope you guys can understand a little bit of what we go through. There aren't all just ups, there are downs sometimes, so giving you guys this insight, let us know if it helps you.
Yes. And if you want some tips on social media or content creation, you know what I'm saying, maybe we'll do a video about that, so comment that below.
I have something to say before we end.
Okay.
And I'm going to touch your hand when
When
I
I say this, okay, yes, you can finish it. You are not special because it is Aquarius season, and my birthday is this week. So feel free to Venmo, Cash App.
P.O.Box 481128, Los Angeles, California 90048.
Yes, send us all the things. Send me all the things. I will take all the good shit, and I love money the most.
Ching, ching, ching.
And it's also Aaliyah's birthday, the day before mine.
Yes, we're on 17th.
Yes.
But like she was saying, we are currently having a sale right now because this is a beautiful month to celebrate and to be ourselves. So make sure you go to our website, get your favorite prints, canvas prints.
Yep. At checkout, BHM.
Yes,
that's a discount code.
I'll put all of that below in the description box. So you know what I'm saying. Make sure I read that. But the biggest takeaway from this: stop copying us.
Yes, and the biggest takeaway from this is my birthday is on Friday. So Cash App me, Venmo me, and I'll split with mental health charity.
Can you tell that she has Leo placement?
Or Taurus.
No, Leo. A lot of fix.
All right, y'all. Until the next video, the Muses are signing out.